Hello and welcome to Rathods IAS. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs of 5th April 2024. So here we are going to take daily edition of Hindu and we are going to pick out the articles which are relevant from our exam point of view. And after picking out of articles, we are going to see like in how many dimensions you can think about the topic. And even we are connecting one single topic with different subjects. So that multi-dimensional approach is very important, and this is the way of reading current affairs. And don't write title and don't write each and every word which is given here in your notes. It is not at all useful for your examination point of view. Okay, so this is the way how you have to read the current affairs, and I will make you learn for sure. So let us see the front page, and in this front page let us see the first article. So the article says government to record parents' religion to register births. So why? Because we are going to have a database of details of births and as well as deaths. Why? Because government came up with one amendment to Registration of Birth and Death Act. Okay, that is called as Registration of Birth and Deaths Amendment Act 2023. And if you are making a proper database, that will be very useful for the further purpose. So because of this, we are going to have this database, and in this database now we are going to collect even the religion of parents, that is mother religion as well as father religion. So if you see this infographic which says about what is this national database is about. So all reported births and deaths are to be digitally registered through Centre's portal for civil registration system. And the database may be made available to other authorities preparing or maintaining other database like electoral rolls or ration cards. And the information from this digital certificate, it can be used for other purposes like to get admission in the educational institutions or to appointment to this government post. For everything we can use this digital certificates. And this one is data is used by government for socio-economic planning and to evaluate effectiveness of social sector programs. So how can you use these points? For example, if you are writing about what is the significance, so you can get a mains question like recently government came up with amendments to this Birth and Registration Act. So what is the significance of the database? So with this act we are going to have a national database, and it is very useful especially for people and for government point of view. So for government, it can use that data for socio-economical benefits, okay, socio-economic benefits, and for people they can use them for getting education related benefits and to get seats in the institutions, and even for employment opportunity. So in all these arena we can use this certificate, and government can also use this, okay. And this database which can be also used for this getting of ration cards, electoral rolls, etc. Okay, so this is the significance. Okay, so this is the significance, and this significance you can also expect directly prelims statements. Okay, so from this area this article is important, and I will let you know like which are the dimensions that you have to see. So you have to see like births and deaths, birth and death amendment, Amendment Act 2023. So you have to know like what are the provisions, and you have to know about what is this national database? So in this national database, so which is the data? So which is the data that we are collecting? And in that data here, now government said that we are going to add even religions of parents. Okay, that is both mother and father. And next you have to see what is the significance that is given in infographic. Okay, so what are the advantages of this act? And you have to see what are the challenges. Advantages, challenges. So these all are the important dimensions that you have to see. And this topic is important from GS paper 2 under polity and governance. Okay, let us see this article in detail. So if you see the context, why it is a news? When registering birth of a child, parents will now be required to separately record the religions of father and mother. So it is according to model rules drafted by Union Ministry of Home Affairs. So recently Union Ministry of Home Affairs came up with a change in this birth registration. Is now parents, they have to record their religion separately, because nowadays what happened, interreligious marriages are going on, interfaith marriages. So because of this, now this provision is added by the government. And this one is, earlier only the family's religion was recorded in the birth register, that is for example in the form 1 birth report, that will be expanded now the columns which is requiring a tick mark section for the religion of the child to now, and also state of religion of father and as well as mother. And the similar changes also have been made for the parents for even an adopted child. So for adopted child also they have the same provision of recording of religions of mother and father. And under this Registration of Births and Deaths Amendment Act of 2023, so this Amendment Act, which has been passed by the Parliament on August 11, 2023. So here the birth and the death database, it will be maintained at the national level. So we are going to have this database at the national level, and this database that can be used to update National Population Register, simply NPR, and even electoral rolls. Because after getting 18 years, so you are eligible to vote, right? So you have to utilize that right to vote. So right to vote, it is a constitutional right. And this one is for updation of your ration card, passport, driving license, property registration, and such other databases can be notified. So for all these purposes, we can use the data in that national database. And according to the law, which became effective from October 1st, 2023, all the reported deaths and as well as births in the country, they are to be digitally registered through Centre's Portal for Civil Registration System. Under this Portal for Civil Registration System, now here we are going to save the data of births and as well as deaths, and it is mandatory from October 1st, 2023 onwards. So one more important thing here is the digital birth certificate which are issued under this system, that becomes a single document to prove date of birth for various services. Like if you want to get admissions or seats in the colleges, any institutions, we can use that date of birth certificate. Clear? So these are some important things which mainly said in this article. Now let us move on to next topic. So here you can see one small article. Actually this Katchatheevu island is highly in news because of one controversial statement which made by our Prime Minister. So no need for more talks on resolved Katchatheevu issue, says Sri Lanka. So actually Sri Lanka says that there is no reason for reopening of talks on Katchatheevu that India gave up 50 years ago. So Sri Lanka's foreign minister said in the first official reaction at the recent remarks of our Prime Minister and External Affairs Minister on the island. So actually there is a chance of getting question regarding this Katchatheevu Islands in your prelims. So I will tell you like the dimensions that you have to see. So this article is related to India-Sri Lanka relations, correct? It is related to India-Sri Lanka relations. And this topic is very important from your GS paper to under international relations. From GS paper to under international relations, so this topic is at most important. And in this Sri Lanka-India relations, so there is now issue that is regarding Katchatheevu Islands. Katchatheevu Islands. So actually what is the issue here is recently our Prime Minister Modi ji, so he made one controversial statement that Congress gave away this Katchatheevu Islands to Sri Lanka. As you all know that from India and neighborhood, okay, India and neighborhood, so we have Myanmar. So in this Myanmar we have like military junta now, so that the relationship are all time low. And even with Nepal we have issue with border, for example Kala Pani region, etc. And next one is with Sri Lanka. Now this issue had been erupted regarding this Katchatheevu Islands. And with Maldives, so we have very low or all-time low relations because of the issues like world war which is going on between India and Maldives. Okay, so all these are some issues that we are facing already in our neighborhood. And one more new problem here we are going to see is about Katchatheevu Islands. And because of this remarkable statement which is made by our Prime Minister, so Sri Lankan Foreign Affairs Minister reacted. And he said that we are not going to have re-talks about this Katchatheevu Island, because this issue had been resolved like 50 years ago only. 15 years ago India handed over this Katchatheevu Islands, and now we are not going to have the talks between India and Sri Lanka regarding this Katchatheevu Islands. So these are some important things which are mainly said here. And this topic is important from international relations, and especially you have to see some important things like map. So map of this Katchatheevu Island, and there is a high chance of getting question regarding map based statements from this Katchatheevu Islands. So you have to see that for sure. And one more thing I want to announce about this offline and online foundation course for UPSC CSE. And you all know that we started this offline branch in Ashok Nagar in Hyderabad, which is located at pillar number 36 opposite Vijaya Medicals, Ashok Nagar, Hyderabad. So we are providing this offline and online foundation course, and this offline we are having like unique features. Like there is 100% syllabus coverage within 12 months. And you may be getting question like, so within 12 months how you are going to cover the syllabus? We are not going to provide the running notes. So classes will be taking on. So after every class you will be getting class handouts. Okay, you will be getting class handouts, and you will be having mains answer writing practice on the day one itself. From day one itself we are focusing on mains. And after completion of each subject you will be having separate prelims test and as well as mains test, and you will be having analysis of mains. Okay, and apart from that you will be having notes. So notes will be provided in PDF format, and not only notes, we are providing like mains test series plus prelims test series and exclusive focus on current affairs. So these all are the some unique features of this Rathods IAS Academy's offline UPSC Prelims cum Mains Foundation course. And we are having a very limited batch size of just 70 students. Only 70 students will be sitting in a single batch. So that if you want to have this, and even we are providing like one-to-one mentorship on every Sunday. So if you want to provide all these services, so we can't maintain a batch size of 200 or 300. So that we are coming up with a very small batch size, and admissions are going on, only few seats are remaining. So if you want to confirm the seats, so please do call us on this number, or you can come and contact us in the office directly. So this is the number that you have to contact, 8074765513. Clear? Yes. Now let us move on to the next important topic. So you can leave the city page. There is nothing much important in your city page. And even the states page also, I found like most of the articles are political articles. They will not fetch anything. We don't read them. So please leave those articles. And you can directly move on to this editorial page. So in this editorial page also, most of the articles are like we already had discussion on those topics. So here you can see one lead article that is about overkill. So this is regarding verification of statistically significant sample of VVPAT slips should suffice. So this article is saying that we have to tally EVM votes and as well as VVPAT votes so that we can improve accountability and transparency. So in yesterday's class, we discussed in detail regarding what are these EVMs, what are these VVPATs, and how can we connect everything we discussed in detail. So if you have not watched yesterday's class, please go and watch yesterday's class. And next important topic, it is about universities must budge on college autonomy nudge. So this article I found very interesting, and actually many colleges, they are autonomous now. Okay, so please let me in which college you had your study. For example, like degree or PG or BTech, etc. You will be studying in this autonomous colleges, right? So here this article is saying that yes, autonomy is good for higher education, but on the another side there are some issues. So you have to focus on those issues and benefits of this autonomy. So this article is important from your GS paper to under education point of view. And even we are talking about National Education Policy 2020. So this is also important from your polity and governance point of view. So now let us see this article in detail. So this article is focusing on this National Education Policy and what this National Education Policy talked about autonomy of universities. So National Education Policy 2020, which envisions a future where colleges will evolve into autonomous institutions and also enhancing their capacity for innovation, self-governance and academic freedom. So whenever we came up with this National Education Policy of 2020, especially we focused on the future of the colleges. So we thought that this future of colleges or the colleges in future, so they have to evolve into these autonomic institutions and they have to increase their capacity, innovation and as well as self-governance and academic freedom. And to realize this goal of National Education Policy, so UGC, that is University Grants Commission, which launched a new regulation in April 2023. And later on that here, the response to colleges seeking autonomous status have been unprecedented, and because of that around 590 applications they got, like those colleges, they are asking for autonomy. And whenever we are going for this granting of autonomy to the colleges, it is very essential for promoting innovation, it is very essential for enhancing academic quality and as well as for fostering institutional excellence. So these are some important things that we are going to have if you are going for autonomy. So we can allow innovation, we can enhance academic quality and we can foster infrastructure excellence. So these are some advantages of this autonomous colleges. And autonomous colleges, they can also tailor their curriculum to meet the evolving needs. So based on the evolving needs of the students and industries, they can come up with their own syllabus and as well as own academic calendar. And they can experiment with new teaching methodologies and research institutions, and they are the driving for the frontiers of knowledge and contributing to the social development. So whenever we are going for experimenting in this teaching methodologies, and whenever you are focusing on recent or the research initiatives, so they will be like driving frontiers of knowledge and they can contribute for this societal development. And next one is even this thing which has been proved. So whenever we are giving autonomy, so there will be automatically increasing of performance of institutions or education institutions. That has been proved in this National Institutional Ranking Framework. So this National Institutional Ranking for Framework which suggests a compelling case for effectiveness of autonomy, and even it said that enhancing the performance of colleges in India. Yes, that led to increasing of performance of colleges in India. And if you see the category of colleges with 55 out of top 100 colleges, they are like autonomous institutions, and NIRF ranking offer insights into the positive consequence of autonomy on academic excellence. Okay, they are focusing on academic excellence and as well as institutional effectiveness. And next one is here, besides in the top 10 colleges of NIRF ranking. So here from the colleges here, out of these 10, so 5 are autonomous colleges. So this data is also saying that yes, autonomous colleges, they are doing quite good. And higher education in India is witnessing a marked trend towards establishing these autonomous colleges now. And the number is going to be expected to reach around 1,000 across 24 states and union territories. So these are some expectations and as well as rankings which says that yes, autonomy is good for educational institutions. And if you see here the states like AP, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, they stand for their many autonomous colleges. Like more than 80% of autonomous things are present in these states. And the presence of autonomous colleges in states with varying numbers such as Chhattisgarh, Gujarat, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Punjab and West Bengal. So they underscores a nationwide interest in exploring the potential of autonomy to enhance institutional effectiveness. To enhance institutional effectiveness, yes, we need to go for providing of autonomy to the colleges so that we can improve this nationwide interest and they can explore their own potential, so that will be leading to the overall development of economy. And next one here is what are the issues you are facing. So they are funded through this UGC, that is University Grants Commission. So universities are all subjected to very strict regulatory regime. So this is one important problem. And next one is micromanaged by regulatory authorities. So faculty recruitment, student admissions and award of degrees, so and even comfort with the practice. So they are rarely assert that their economy or autonomy. So their autonomy is affected by these things like micromanagement. So micromanagement will also impact this economy of that so and so institution. And this one is obedience. So central universities in the country, they are ranked on the basis of their obedience. So this is also one cause of concern or challenge. So these are some important points that you have to see from this article point of view. And now let us move on to next article. So here in this opinion page, you can see one article that is the urban water system breaking? Is the urban water system breaking? So this is one article that you have to see. So here, as you all know about this Bangalore water crisis, and even there is less capacity in this river Kaveri which is seen. So because of this, it is affecting this Bangalore the most, and Bangalore became the water crisis center in India. So now let us see some dimensions what you have to see from this article point of view. So this article is talking about water crisis. First of all, you have to know what is the definition of water crisis. And you have to see like what are the reasons. And you have to see like what is the impact of this water crisis. And even you have to see what are the measures taken by the government. Okay, or else you can see like what are the schemes. And one more area here is you have to see like way forward also. So this article is important from your GS paper 3 under environment and ecology, and from GS paper 1 geography point of view, and next one is from GS paper 3 science and technology point of view. So all these are the important subjects that you have to interconnect with. So now let us see the notes. So before seeing notes, what are the idea that you have regarding this urban water crisis? So please let me know in the comment box fast. In the meanwhile, I will have some water. Come on, do it fast. Done, students? Okay, let us come back and let us see what is the meaning of water crisis. So water crisis is nothing but it is a situation when there is no available potable safe water in a region and it is less than the demand. So demand, it is not meeting the demand. So here World Bank, which refers water scarcity as a condition when the annual per capita availability is less than 1000 cubic meters. So this is the definition of water crisis, that is according to the World Bank. And one thing you have to keep in your mind is whenever you are writing definition, try to write authentic definitions. Okay, now let us see what are the reasons for this water crisis. So first one is there is increasing of demand. So according to Niti Aayog report says that India's water demand is increasing at a rapid rate. So India's water demand will be even twice the available supply of 2030. And even on another side, we are seeing like depletion of groundwater in India during 2041 to 2080 will be like thrice in the current rate. And if we are talking about this groundwater used for agriculture, so we are also using this groundwater for this agriculture, and that too we are going for this faulty cropping patterns. For example, water intensive paddy cultivation in the states of Punjab and Haryana, where there is lot of huge amount of exploitation which had already done. And next one is encroachment of natural water bodies. So encroachment is nothing but we are going for construction in this or nearby water bodies, that is called as encroachment. So because of this encroachment and because of this destruction of lakes and small ponds to meet the infrastructure needs for burgeoning population, for example encroachment of lakes in Bangalore. So what happens, so what are the water bodies and whatever these lakes are present, small ponds are present, so we are going for encroaching them, we are going for destructing them. So this is also one cause of concern. And next one is climate change. So climate change which has led to erratic monsoon. So because of this climate change, this year we have this El Nino, and because of this that reduced water levels in many rivers. Okay, so this is an important reason for this water crisis in India. And next one here is discharge of pollutants. There has been contamination of groundwater resources. So there is a discharge of industrial chemicals, sewage and import of mining activities. So because of this, water is getting like polluted heavily. And next one is lack of proactive management policies. So water management policies in India, they have failed to keep a pace with changing demands on the time. For example, the Easement Act of 1882, which is granting the groundwater ownership rights to the landowner, that is leading to indiscriminate use of water resources. So there is also a lack of proactive management policies. So even the government came up with these policies and regulations, you are not implementing that. So this is one cause of concern. And apart from this, let us see what are the measures or the schemes which taken by the government to address this issue of water crisis. So first one is Jal Shakti Abhiyan. So this Jal Shakti Abhiyan was launched in the year 2019 and it talks about like water conservation, recharge, rainwater harvesting in 256 water stressed districts, and now it covers around 740 districts in the country. And next important one is Atal Bhujal Yojana. So this program which lays emphasis on recharge of groundwater resources, and you are focusing on better exploitation of this groundwater resources. And this one is Amrit Sarovar. So center has decided to build around 50,000 water bodies with approximate area of 1 acre, so across the country for the water conservation. So for the conservation of water, yes, our central government is going to come with a 50,000 rupees under this Amrit Sarovars. And next one is Nal Se Jal scheme. So this scheme, that is Nal Se Jal scheme, which was started to ensure pipe drinking water to everyone in the rural household by 2024, and it is the component of the government's Jal Jeevan Mission program, and it is a nodal ministry. Nodal ministry is Jal Shakti Ministry. So this is also very important, Nal Se Jal scheme. And next important scheme here is Namami Gange scheme. So how many of you are knowing about this Namami Gange scheme? So please let me know. So this scheme, it is a comprehensive program with twin objectives. Okay, so first one is abatement of pollution in this Ganga, that means reducing of pollution in this Ganga. And this one is conservation rejuvenation of Ganga. Okay, so these are the two important things that you have to remember regarding this Namami Gange scheme. And now let us move on to our Hindu page. So next one is text and context. So here you can see one important article, that is on global indices measuring democracy. So this article is very important. It is talking about in democracy status in India. So now let us see the notes part. So the VDEM Institute came up with this report. VDEM Institute came up with the report on democracy index, and in this report it said that India is one of the most worst autocratizers. And similar indices, it had been downgrade India's democratic standard in the recent years, and it is only partly free, that is Freedom House is home to the flawed democracy. Okay, and even we can, if you are classifying this better, it's a better classified as an electoral autocracy. And if you see the next one, that is the Indian government, which has however written these assignments, and even now we have some plans to release its own democracy index, and according to Al Jazeera will help India to counter the recent downgrades in ratings and severe criticisms by international groups. So in this way also we are going to get help. And if you see here, okay, so if you see the details, so one important thing here is you have to understand, so why in democracy you are performing low, because in these indices you are also adding other questions. Okay, so one here is whether citizen groups and civil society organizations are functional or not. And even other question is like, are decision made deliberately in the best interest of all people or not, rather than through coercion or minority group interest. So these are some additional questions which are there. But if you are talking about Indian form of democracy, that is people will be involved in the political system. So people or citizens, they are going to participate in free and fair elections. So this is the one thing, and because of this, India, with the help of this Al Jazeera, so we want to come up with our own democracy index. Okay, so these are some important things that are mainly given here. And let's do the next topic, that is how are symbols allotted to political parties. So this is very important topics because this year you have elections. Okay, we have some in some states we have simultaneous elections, and some states we have only Lok Sabha elections, in some states they have both. So here you have to see like how these political parties are getting these symbols. For example, for BJP we have lotus symbol, for Congress flag symbol. So like that, how these political parties are getting these symbols, it is very important. So here two political parties are given here, NTK, which secured around 3.9% and 6.5% of votes in Tamil Nadu in 2019 and 2021. And the next one here is Viduthalai Chirutai Kachi, so secured 1.09% and 0.99 votes in the same period, but it has not been got this political party symbol. So because of this, there is some controversy which is going on. So now let us see some basic facts regarding this allotting of symbols to these political parties. So here it is a responsibility of Election Commission of India. So Election Commission of India is responsible for allotment of symbols, and this is done by this act called as the Election Symbols Reservation and Allotment Order Act of 1968. So through this act, so we are going to get the symbols, and the rule is meant to provide for specification purpose, for reservation purpose, for choice and allotment of symbols at elections in parliamentary and as well as assembly elections or assembly constituencies. So here for the recognition of a political party, and after that here we will be going for reserving of the symbols. And next one is political party can be recognized as a national party or chemical or like a state political party if it meets certain criteria, and you have to see like the criteria which is required to get a status of national political party or like a state political party. And here this Election Commission publishes list separately the parties and their specifying this parties and their symbols to the notification in the Gazette. So in the Gazette here, this Election Commission which will be releasing the data of the political party and assigned symbol, so that people will be also get awareness. And if you are talking about other political parties, we have unrecognized registered political parties and election symbols. So these unrecognized registered parties, they can choose from free and non-exclusive symbols. So these parties, they are newly registered and or have not secured enough percentage of votes. If they are not getting enough percentage of votes, they are not getting like a standard symbol. So they have to select from this non-exclusive symbols. So after being selected by parties in subsequent elections, so these symbols are declared like free again for others to choose. And this one is the recognized political parties and state symbols. So recognized national and state parties, they get exclusive symbols. So these are some important things that you have to see from this article point of view. And now let us see other important articles. So I discussed about these two topics in text and context, and you can directly move on to this news page. So this is page number 12, that is news page, and most of the articles are political articles. So leave this simply and leave this simply this elections page also. Okay, and if you move on here in this page, you can see one article, that is no sanctions against India for buying refining Russian oil, says US officials. So this article is at most important because I think you might have heard about this CAATSA. So please tell me what is this CAATSA? So CAATSA stands for Countering American Adversaries Through Sanctions Act. So under this, what happens if any country which is going for the trading or having business or getting anything from another country which is enemy to USA. then this country which is doing trade with this country on this country, here CAATSA can be imposed by this WTO. Okay, so CAATSA will be imposed not by WTO, it is by US. So US have this CAATSA, and under this CAATSA it is punishing the countries which they are having the relation with other countries, especially which are the enemy countries of this USA. Okay, so the issue here is, do you know this Russia? Yes, correct. So Russia is all-weather friend. Russia is all-weather friend for India, and India is getting oil, that too at a discounted price. Okay, so India is getting oil from Russia at a discounted price, and India is having a fear that whether India will be attracted under this CAATSA or not. So we do not have the clarity till now. But now this article is saying that now US officials, they said that India can buy oil from this Russia, and we are not going to impose this CAATSA on India. Okay, so this is the thing which is mainly said. So striking a conciliatory note on India's imports of Russian oil. So US Treasury Department officials, they visiting Delhi, and they said that the aim of US sanctions and the oil price cap was not limit to purchase Russian Ural oil, but to remit revenues made by this Kremlin. Okay, that means it is not asking like to reduce oil imports of India from this Russia, but this CAATSA which is mainly focusing on the revenue of Russia. Okay, so that's it. And here you have to see some facts regarding this CAATSA. It is very important. And if you see, there is one more important article, that is Agni Prime. Agni Prime ballistic missile flight tested successfully. So if you are talking about this types of missiles, Agni missile or any missile, so that will comes under part of our science and technology. So this science and technology which comes under our GS paper 3. Okay. And GS paper 3, you will be getting questions from both your prelims and mains. But mostly in your prelims, you will be getting questions from current affairs. So you can expect a question regarding this Agni this year for sure. So here this article says like the new generation ballistic missile, that is Agni Prime, which has been successfully flight tested by Strategic Forces Command along with DRDO, that is Defense Research and Development Organization, from this Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Islands, so from this coast of Odisha. And this test which mainly said that, so this test had met all trial objectives like performance, confirmed from the data captured by the number of range sensors, and including 2 downrange ship, etc. So in all these areas, yes, this Agni Prime ballistic missile did good. Clear? That is the thing. And you have to see some basic facts regarding this Agni Prime missile. And please let me know which kind of missile is it, whether it is surface to surface or surface to air or air to air missile. And here in this business page, you can see one article, that is March Services PMI Service Signals Activity grew to strongest since 2010. So here we had this index, that is Purchasing Manager Index, and this index will be released separately for manufacturing sector and service sector. So this article is talking about service sector PMI, and it said that yes, we are having like service sector is going good. So business activity in service sector likely clocked their fastest expansion. So there is the fastest expansion of this service sector is seen here. So it is according to HSBC, India Services Purchasing Manager Index. And now the value here is 61.2. So actually the value in this PMI is 0 to 100. So if it is less than 100, we can see contraction. If it is equal to 50, then there will be no change. And if it is more than 50, we can see there is expansion. And now here the value it is showing like 61.2. Clear? And yes, here you can see one more important article, that is RBI holds firm on rupee derivatives, differs rules to May 3rd. So here you have to know about what is this exchange traded currency derivatives. So this is very important. So here you can get a question like recently exchange traded currency derivatives is in news, what it is related to. So in this area also you can expect a question. Okay, you have to see this article, and this topic is important from GS paper 3 under economy. Okay, so these are the very important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. So that's all, and I want to show you like where exactly you can get the notes of this class. So this is Rathods IS classes Telegram channel. Do join this channel so that you will be getting the notes and updates regarding the classes and important topics, everything we will be posting here. So you will be getting benefited if you join this group. And next one is, this is our Rathods IS Academy YouTube channel. Please do subscribe and hit the bell button or bell icon so that you will be getting notification whenever we are posting video without fail. And next one is our website. This is Rathods IS Academy website. Here you can see like syllabus, like separate syllabus is there for prelims, mains and optionals. And here we have book list for prelims and mains and optional. And here we have some free initiatives like downloads, so that you can download some important notes here. And here we are providing the different courses of your online. So if you want to take this online classes, the access will be given in this website itself. And if you want to take single subject, that option is also available. And one thing is, so if you want to watch the demo video, you can click on play course and you can watch the 3 demo videos without paying a single penny. And after watching the demo videos only, you can do for the purchasing of course. And this online foundation course is just 20,000 rupees. And the students who cannot come to Hyderabad to take offline, so you can go with this online course. Okay, and if you want to contact us regarding any courses, call us on this number 8074765513, or else you can text me on WhatsApp on this number as well. Clear? That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this class, and thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and do subscribe to Rathods IS Academy.